pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, honorable city council members, mayor, Madam Treasurer, to our city attorney, our chief of staff, and deputy clerk, and to those of you who are with us this evening that are in the audience, and also to those who's viewing tonight's broadcast via YouTube Live and our broadcast channel. Welcome to the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting, and today's date is Monday, February 9th, 2026. Members of the public wishing to participate at this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. You're welcome to fill out a request to speak public comment card, which is located on the table in the back. After you finish filling it out, just hand it here to our deputy clerk. And at this time, we will have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo. Here. Councilman Bullock. Here. Councilman Jones.
Here.
Councilwoman Roscoe. Here. Councilwoman Talley.
Here.
Councilman Wadsworth is, I see he's not here. Can I mark him as excused?
He's excused, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. And then Councilman Wilhide.
Yes, here.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum for
Thank you.
tonight's meeting. Council, I'm presenting an amended agenda for your approval, and that agenda reads as follows. Number 1, agenda. Number 2, minutes. Number 3, petitioner. 4, chairperson's report. 5, mayor's report. 6, clerk's report. 7, treasurer's report. 8, public comment. 9, unfinished business. 10, new business. 11, warrant. 12, communication. And number 13 is adjournment. And a motion would be in order to accept the amended regular council meeting agenda as presented.
So move.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Jones, seconded by Ms. Abdo for the acceptance of the amended regular meeting agenda as presented. Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhide?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. It's approved.
Thank you, council. Number 2, minutes. Agenda item 2A for approval are the minutes from the regular meeting held on Monday, January 26, 2026 at 7:30 p.m.
So moved for the approval of the minutes from the regular meeting held on Monday, January 26th.
Second.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, seconded by Mr. Jones for the approval of the regular meeting minutes on Monday, January 26th at 7:30 p.m. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhide?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Agenda item 2B, request approval for the minutes from the special meeting study session held on Monday, January 26, 2026 at 6:15 for an audit presentation from Plant Moran on the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, and the special meeting public hearing held on Monday, January 26, 2026 at 6:45 to hear comments and/or objections to the TIFA plan amendment.
So moved for approval of the minutes from the special meeting study session held on Monday, January 26, 2026.
Support.
Thank you.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, seconded by Mr. Jones for the approval of the minutes from the special meeting study session held on Monday, January 26, 2026 at 6:15 for audit presentation and for the special meeting public hearing on Monday, January 26, 2026 at 6:45 p.m. to hear comments and objection to the TIFA plan amendment. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhide?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. There are no petitioners listed on the agenda. Takes us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
All righty, good evening, everybody. Good to see some people, many people on attendance. We're going to open it up for Ms. Patty Brady for the State of the Library, the annual. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, City Council. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Make sure I got close to this time. Good evening, Mayor, Chief of Staff, City Treasurers, City Clerk, City Attorney, Deputy Clerk, and audience. Tonight I'm here to present the 2024-25 State of the Library. And a lot going on at the library. We're still serving Romulus and Huron Township. So starting off with our leadership, you should have this in your packet. Our president and Huron Township representative is Jennifer Johnson, and Jennifer's here with us in the audience today. Thank you, Jennifer. Our vice president and city council liaison, Kathy Abdo. Candace Lukowitz is our secretary. Debbie Hoffman is treasurer, and Emily Long is one of our trustees. So we're thankful for all of them, and they're doing a great job. Tonight I'm going to tell you about how the community has used their library in 2024 and 25, the service that we've provided to the community, to both communities actually. I'm going to focus on the Library of Things and explain what that is to you, and then tell you about the youth area upgrades that we were able to do thanks to some donations that we received this year. So how the communities use their library in 24-25. We had close to 50,000 visitors to the library. It was down just slightly, but about the same as the year before. Public computer uses are at about 4,700, up 3%. Wi-Fi uses were up 21%. A lot of people come into the library or sit in the parking lot and use the Wi-Fi. So that was up quite a bit. Total checkouts, over 66,000 items were checked out. Of those, downloadable checkouts, so items checked out through our two apps, Hoopla and Libby, were over 21,000, and that's up 9%. Those continue to go up every year. Our summer reading kickoff attendees was up by 2%. We had over 700 people attend the kickoff that was out in the parking lot, which is a record for any library program that we've ever had since I've been here. It was great, and we had a lot of fun. 281 programs were held, and the participants for those programs, 5,785 participants. So we are really reaching out to the community and serving them as they want us to serve them. Specifically, I mentioned the record-breaking summer reading program kickoff, second year in a row. We had a grand opening and ribbon cutting for the adult area renovation. That seems like so long ago. We moved on from that, but that was in 24-25. Our strategic plan goals were based on community feedback. We sent out surveys. We had in-house feedback sessions where we asked for feedback. And to date, well, not to date, but as of the end of 2025, we completed 24 of the 74 strategic plans. We're way above that now. New adult programming included a new cooking series and music series, both of which are very popular, and those continue. We added a new Spanish language adult collection. We get a lot of Spanish speakers in the area, so we added a collection for them. We were awarded a grant to participate in the Library Cooperatives of Michigan Library Marketing Makeover, one of only 7 in the whole state of Michigan, and the only one in our area to receive that grant. And that has helped us to market the library more and in better ways, make better use of our newsletter software to reach people and provide better information to the residents. We added electronic library card sign-up, so people can go online and sign up for a card, and then we mail it out to them. We added a self-check machine. That was actually a donated machine. It was used from another library, and they offered it out, and we jumped on it. And so now we have a self-check machine at no charge. And we also received a youth reference desk, a used one from another library. Our staff went and picked that up. And the Friends donated the money for that. It was like $200 for a new desk, so we thank the Friends for that. We offered new trainings and continuing education for our staff, including security training. We hosted the first grade class from Hale Creek Elementary, and there's a picture up there on the screen of the class. That was a fun day. We had cost savings measures. We went through, as you know, our budget was cut a little bit, so we went through staff and looked at things that we could, let slide for a year, and made some great cost saving measures there. We had the youth area upgrades that I mentioned using donation funds.
I'm sorry, Patty, so what is the cooking series and the music series? What is that about? Are those new programs?
Those are new programs, yeah. The cooking series included things like, we had a baklava making class, things like that, where we're demonstrating, we have somebody come in and demonstrate how to make these particular items. We're offering that every 2 or 3 months, and then in the months in between, we're offering a music series. In fact, we have one coming up on Thursday, the 12th at 6 o'clock. We have Lenny Price coming. He plays a saxophone. He came once before. He was super popular, so he's coming back.
Okay.
So yeah, lots of different things going on.
Thank you.
So next is the Library of Things. The Library of Things is a collection of non-traditional items that can be borrowed for free with a library card, similar to borrowing a book. So in the Library of Things, we have things like tools, a drill set, a grouting kit, staple gun, different things that people might want to use maybe once and not have to go out and buy it, but they can borrow it from the library, use it, and then return it. So tools, games, musical instruments, we have a violin you could borrow, a ukulele, a keyboard, those types of things. Sports equipment, we have a pickleball equipment kit, a core workout kit, a tennis kit with tennis rackets, and then cooking equipment, like special cake pans. At Christmas time, I borrowed the holiday cookie cutters and made cookies with them, and then washed them and returned them. So it was very nice. And we have lots and lots of other things in the Library of Things.
Wow.
So that's a new collection that is really popular.
That's new too. Y'all
That's
getting
new.
really creative.
Yeah, very creative, yeah, yeah. Our youth area upgrades were sponsored by Sheets. We received a donation from Sheets, and the Friends of the Library helped with that too. So we were able to get comfortable lounge furniture where parents and caregivers can read to their kids or just sit comfortably and relax and watch their children. Before, we had no place for the parents to sit, and now we do. We added a little bit of shelving for our holiday collection. We got a fresh coat of paint on the walls and the wood accents, thanks to DPW, who did that work for us. We updated our play equipment. Our floor shelving was moved so that it's ADA compliant. All of our aisleways now are in compliance with ADA, and that allowed us to expand that play area so that we now have a big space in the center for play area. Before, it wasn't set up well at all, so now it's much better. And I mentioned the youth desk. We also got some eye-catching signage and new bulletin boards for our displays. So that was all free to us, and thanks to Sheets and the Friends for providing that. And then next page, just want to thank all of our Romulus and Huron Township residents for using the library and supporting us. We have lots of community partners as well. City of Romulus, thank you. Huron Township, thank you. And all of the other logos there on your sheet. And then lastly, our amazing team. They do such a fantastic job working every day with the public, providing all of the services that we provide, helping with computer use, helping people who don't know how to print, all different types of things, finding books, of course. So they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to take any questions or comments.
Any questions from council? Well, great job. You got, with this team you have, with all the programming y'all have, this is your team, huh, that y'all use to execute all that?
Yes.
Y'all do pretty good. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All righty, so
Thank you.
I'm gonna thank you, Patty, and everybody from the library that came out to support, everybody that supports the library. I'm gonna yield the floor to Celeste, our Councilwoman Roscoe.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to make everybody aware of the fact that February, as Heart Health Awareness Month, and something that has become very, very near and dear to my heart over the past year. But I just want to make it very well known that it's very important to get your checkups. If you think you have something going on, to chase after it and make sure that either you do or you don't. Back in December of 2024, we lost Councilwoman Williams, and 6 weeks later, out of the blue, I had triple bypass open heart surgery. And actually, I was sitting here at a meeting, we were replacing her seat, and I left and went to the hospital, and a week later, I had surgery out of the blue. But the thing of it is I knew something was wrong, and I kept going back to the doctor and looking and looking and looking, and by the grace of God, I caught that before I had a heart attack. So February's Heart Awareness Month. Last Friday, February 6th, was Go Red. It supports women's cardiovascular health. It makes them more aware of the fact that cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women in the United States. And so it's very important. Women have different symptoms than men do. And 9 times out of 10, it's a bad outcome for women as well as men. But I just want to stress the fact that it's very important to get your checkups, make sure everything is going good, and if you think something's wrong, chase it, don't ignore it, and that's all I can say. And but anyways, February is Heart Awareness Month. Get your checkups, and I haven't really made that public, but I think it's very important to make it known that you can survive, you can be better than you were before, and to chase the issues that you don't know you have, but when you know something's wrong, get into the doctor and get your checkups. But thank you very much for giving me that little bit of time, and go Red.
Thanks, Councilwoman Roscoe. That's very important information. Thanks for sharing and being transparent about your own situation with that. Thank you. And then even in addition to Heart Month, we have Black History Month this month as well. So we want to keep that in mind as well. So this is a dual month of awareness this month. So keep in mind Black History Month also this month. Keep that on your radar for the month of February as well. Just a couple of quick shout outs. I want to give a shout out to our treasurer, Stacy Page, Jasmine Dancy, Mark Lukowitz for a great event honoring Dennis Davison, who passed away back in November. They did a honoring, a memorial, it's like an honoring of him on this past Friday, and it was just very, very well attended, very well deserving of a man who was just so much the fabric of Romulus, so connected in our city. So thank you guys for that. It was a great event. Jasmine as well, again, and Mark Lukowitz, and it was just a great event. So just very informal, but it was just a great fellowship and a good time of remembering Dennis. So thank you guys for that, and everybody that came out to support that event, thank you for coming out as well. Want to give a shout out to the mayor and his team. I attended a department meeting for the city, and it was really very well run. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for letting me come. I just love the camaraderie. Is business, but it's also fun. So they keep it lively, but they also are down to business, and you can see why the cohesiveness is there because everybody's involved. So I was at a department meeting with the department heads, but I think you guys do staff meetings as well. Is that right? So and I think that's really important to get everybody involved and everybody's buy-in into the city. So thank you guys for the invite. It was a really good meeting. So just keep me looped in to just know what's going on in our city. So thank you. And I think that's all I have for my report. Does anybody else have any business they want to conduct? Ms. Abdo?
I just wanted to remind the seniors that the AARP are doing income tax at the senior center. If they haven't scheduled their appointment, you can call, we still have vacancies left, and they'll call back and schedule you. And hopefully I'll see you there.
Thank you, Ms. Abdo. And if there's nothing else, that's all for my report.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report.
Thank you.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, seconded by Ms. Abdo to approve the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhide?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
And chair votes yes, motion approved.
Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Thank you. Good evening, council, Madam Treasurer, and Clerk, Deputy Clerk, those here in the audience today, and those tuning in at home. Couple items before I get into the action items on my report. I'm sure City Council all received a copy of the statement that we released last week. We've all heard the rumors around right now around a possible ICE detention center coming to the city of Romulus. A few different locations have come to our attention. And I've looked at them. We were driving through parking lots as late as today, just to see. We've seen no activity on it that would substantiate these yet. We'll continue to watch them. We're working with our state legislators as well as our federal legislators, trying to confirm or deny any of this. So we'll continue to watch them. We're also working closely with legal counsel to find out what our jurisdiction, where it lies and where it starts and begins. So we'll continue to watch that, and I'll continue to keep everybody updated as much as possible. As we move forward. These are not the first time we've heard these rumors circulate around Romulus, probably because we house DTW. We've heard before about the trade center being used to house immigrants at one time. So we've heard these before. We'll continue to look into them. We take them very serious, and we'll continue to see if it's substantiated and also what action we can take, if at all. So stay tuned, and I'll continue to update. And the next item I have up is, if I turn your attention to the monitors, we have Ms. Vanessa Tolliver for a message from the mayor's office.
Hello, I'm Vanessa Tolliver, and here are some events happening in Romulus. The next One Romulus Community Meeting, hosted by Mayor McCray, will take place on Tuesday, February 17th at Hale Creek Elementary, beginning at 6 p.m. St. Aloysius Church will hold their annual Fish Fry Dinner every Friday, beginning February 20th through March 27th. The cost of the meal is $15 for adults, and curbside pickup is also available. The annual dog and cat inoculation will be held on Saturday, February 28th at the Romulus DPW from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pet owners can pay for dog license as well as dog and cat vaccinations. Nail trimmings will also be available by donation only. For more information, contact the Romulus Animal Shelter at 734-942-7591. Registration for spring t-ball and baseball is open until March the 1st. Students from pre-K through 8th grade can learn and practice the game of baseball, starting the first week of April and concluding in June. Contact the Recreation Department to register. As a reminder, city offices will be closed on Monday, February 16th in observance of President's Day. Thanks, everyone. Remember to like and share us on Facebook and on YouTube, or visit our website for more information. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day and stay warm.
Thank you, Vanessa. Great job as always. For action items I have up on my report is a road closure request for an Easter egg hunt. And I would respectfully request the City Council authorize the closure of Hunt Street beginning at Bibbins and ending at the post office on Hunt Street from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Saturday, March 28th for the annual Easter egg hunt at Historical Park.
Madam Chair, I'll make that motion.
you.
To concur with administration and authorize the closure of Hunt Street beginning at Bivens Street and ending at the entrance to the post office on Hunt Street from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Saturday, March 28th for the annual Easter egg hunt at the Romulus Historical Park.
Second.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, seconded by Mr. Jones, to concur with the administration and authorize the closure of Hunt Street beginning at Bibbin Street and ending at the entrance to the post office on Hunt Street from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Saturday, March 28th for the annual Easter egg hunt at the Romulus Historical Park. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhide?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The next item I have up is for Wayne County Park Improvements allocation to Elmer Johnson's Park, and I'm excited, to talk about Mike and his team working with Wayne County and also the Regional Carpenters to rebuild our archery range over at Elmer Johnson. So it's a good project moving forward, and I respectfully request City Council adopt a resolution to authorize the mayor and the clerk to enter into the attached intergovernmental agreement with Wayne County to renovate the existing archery structure at Elmer Johnson's Park.
Through the chair,
Ms. Abdo?
I'll make that motion to concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached intergovernmental agreement with Wayne County to renovate the existing archery structure at Elmer Johnson's Park.
Second.
Thank you. It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, seconded by Mr. Jones to concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached intergovernmental agreement with Wayne County to renovate the existing archery structure at Elmer Johnson Park. Any discussion? Quick question, Mike. I know we had the archery up before, and it was going pretty well. What happened what happened between that time and to where we at now?
So the existing archery structure went into disrepair.
Okay.
We weren't able to utilize it like we were, but we had a program that was going well. The instructors that were involved are still willing to help out and come back as soon as we get it rebuilt and up and running. We're hopeful that we can get a program going in the fall.
What happened with the disrepair? Was it just being people not taking care of it?
Just materials, the wood that the structure was made out of was starting to deteriorate. and fall
Okay.
apart. It was becoming unsafe to be out there for residents, so
Okay.
we shut it down. It still is shut down, and as soon as we get it repaired, we'll have it back up and running.
Bring it back bigger and better, huh?
Yep.
All righty. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhide?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. The last item I have up for action is we continue to invest in public safety. We have purchased 2 new Ford utility interceptors for PD, and I respectfully request City Council's authorization to piggyback on the My Deal contract with Gorno Ford to purchase 2 2006 Ford utility interceptors with associated upfitting at a total cost of $151,875. Maria Ferris, Finance Director, has verified these funds are available.
Madam Chair,
Ms. Roscoe?
I'll make that motion to concur with administration and consent to piggyback on the My Deal contract MA 24000001193 with Gurno Ford for the purchase of 2 2026 Ford utility interceptors with a 5-year extended warranty with associated upfitting for a total cost of $151,875.
Support.
Thank you. Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, seconded by Ms. Abdo to concur with the administration and consent to piggyback on the My Deal contract number MA 24000001193 with Gorno Ford for the purchase of 2 2026 Ford utility interceptors with a 5-year extended warranty with associated upfitting for a total cost of $151,875. Any discussion?
Through the chair.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Wilhide?
Yeah, I have one question. The 2 that we approved recently came from forfeiture funds, correct?
No, we had 2 from 661, and then we have 3 from forfeiture. These 2 will be purchased out of forfeiture.
These will be purchased out of forfeiture also? Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
All right, any other discussion? Thank you. Hearing none, Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhide?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, and that concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, Mayor.
Number 6 is the clerk's report. And Council, earlier I asked that you would approve the amended agenda, which added agenda items 6D and 6E under my report. Before I ask you to take action, the Mayor Pro Tem Talley has already mentioned that the month of February is Black History Month, and I just have a little something I'd like to read in honor of Black History Month. And again, as everybody knows, February is Black History Month, and it's a time to recognize, reflect on, and celebrate the history and achievement and lasting contributions of Black Americans to our community and our nation. Here in Romulus, we are proud to honor our own history. Leonard Fulmer was the city's first African-American city clerk. I believe we were a township at that time, but he was, which I am honored because that means he pioneered and paved the way for me to sit here in this seat. And then we have Jimmy Raspberry, who was the first African-American councilman, who was further honored through a park that bears his name. They helped shape our community through their leadership and service, and of course, there's others that followed afterwards. But I'd like to encourage the city council and residents to please take this opportunity to learn, honor the past, and continue working towards a future built on respect, understanding, and unity. Together, we celebrate the diversity and that strengthens our community. So,
Thank you.
Happy Black History Month here in
Thank you.
February.
Very nice.
And then also, Madam Chair and Council, under the clerk's report, we do have a request to speak from the audience. That's on regarding agenda item 60, and I asked Madam Chair, can we allow that resident to speak now?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time will be up on the consent of the chairperson. We have Sandra Kraut, who has requested to speak.
This greed the team has to take away the power from the voters is astounding. Hopefully, at election time, you'll remember the names of those who feel your vote doesn't count. I think the fair way is the next highest vote getter replaces a vacated council seat. Those who run to be eligible to run must be approved by the county. They've invested their time, money, and energy. Appointing is taking away the power from the voters. I want to thank all who vote no in support of the voters. Elections must remain a fair and impartial voice of the people. Stop trying to steal the power from the voters. We, the voters, have a right to choose who governs our city, not only by constitutional rights, but also as a citizen and taxpayer of this city.
That was the only request to speak.
Okay, thank you.
Action items, agenda item 6A. This is a second reading and final adoption. We're asking council to approve the second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 2526-13 in the amount of $200,000 to recognize CDBG grant revenue and corresponding expense for the senior center generator purchase. This budget amendment was introduced at the January 26th regular council meeting.
Madam Chair,
Mr. Jones.
I move to approve the second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 25/26-13 in the amount of $200,000 to recognize CDBG grant revenue and corresponding expenses for the senior center generator purchase.
Support.
Thank you. It's been motioned by Mr. Jones, seconded by Ms. Abdo for the second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 25/26-13 in the amount of $200,000 to recognize CDBG grant revenue and corresponding expense for the senior center generator purchase. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhite?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Agenda item 6B. This is a study session and public hearing request. Per the budget process outlined in Chapter 9, Section 9.2 and Section 9.3 of the Romulus City Charter, the Finance Department requests 2 study sessions and a public hearing to discuss the proposed 2026 through 27 city budgets. 2 actions are requested from council. the 1st, we're asking you to approve a 1 hour and 15-minute study session for Monday, April 13th, 2026, and for Monday, April 27th, 2026, both beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. to discuss the proposed 2026-27 city budgets. Motion would be in order.
Madam Chair,
Ms. Roscoe?
I'll make that motion to approve a 1 hour and 15-minute study session for Monday, April 13th, 2026, and Monday, April 27th, 2026, beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. to discuss the proposed 2026-27 city budgets.
Support.
Thank you. It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, seconded by Mr. Jones to approve a 1 hour and 15-minute study session for Monday, April 13th, 2026, and Monday, April 27th, 2026, beginning at 6 p.m. to discuss the proposed 2026-27 city budget. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhide?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Next, we need a motion to schedule a public hearing on the proposed 2026-27 city budgets to be held in the Romulus City Hall Council Chambers for Monday, May 11, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. in accordance with Chapter 9, Section 9.3 of the Romulus City Charter. The date and time are available.
Madam Chair,
Mr. Jones?
I move to schedule a public hearing on the proposed 2026-27 city budget to be held in the Romulus City Hall Council Chamber on Monday, May the 11th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. in accordance with Chapter 9, Section 9.3 of the Romulus City Charter.
Support.
Thank you. Been motioned by Mr. Jones, seconded by Ms. Roscoe to schedule a public hearing on the proposed 2026-27 city budgets to be held in the Romulus City Hall Council Chambers for Monday, May 11th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. in accordance with Chapter 9, Section 9.3 of the Romulus City Charter. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhide?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. And there is a note from the Finance Department that they will update you on who will be presenting when confirmed by the Romulus Public Library and the 34th District Court.
Okay.
So whoever those representatives are, they will update you with that. Thank you for that action item. 6C, this is a study session request, and City Treasurer Stacy Page is requesting a 30-minute study session for Monday, February 23rd, 2026 at 6 o'clock p.m. for the purpose of discussing the quarterly investment report. The date and times are available for this request.
Madam Chair,
Ms. Roscoe?
I'll make that motion for a study session request from Treasurer Page for 30-minute study session for Monday, February 23rd, 2026 at 6 p.m. for the purpose of discussing the quarterly investment report.
Support.
Thank you. It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, seconded by Mr. Jones, for a 30-minute study session requested by Treasurer Page on Monday, February 23rd, 2026 at 6 p.m. for the purpose of discussing the quarterly investment report. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhide?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Agenda item 6D, and this is the second reading and final adoption to Chapter 2, Article 2, adding sections 2-19 to 2-26. I have a memo here I'd like to read regarding the resubmission of council vacancy procedure ordinance. During the regular council meeting held on January 26, 2026, the motion for the second reading and final adoption of the council vacancy procedure ordinance did not carry. While the motion received a simple majority of 4 affirmative votes, it failed to meet the 2/3 majority of 5 affirmative votes mandated by the Romulus City Charter, Chapter 7, Section 7.1. At the request of Mayor Pro Tem Tina Talley, the second reading of the proposed ordinance is hereby resubmitted for council consideration. Therefore, it is recommended that council approve the second reading and final adoption of the amendments to Chapter 2 Administration, Article 2 City Council, adding sections 2-19 through 2-26 to the City of Romulus Code of Ordinances. This ordinance was introduced at the December 22nd, 2025 regular council meeting.
And to add to that, Madam Clerk, I would like us to read into record what the charter says as far as that action of what to do in the case of a vacancy. Do we have that information available that we can read into record so it won't look like we're taking away the vote of the people?
Let me see if I can pull that up really quick.
Yeah.
Try, give me a second. If I'd have known, I would have had this.
No, and I apologize.
No, it's.
I do
okay. I
apologize.
gotta see if I can,
Should have gave you a heads up.
yeah. Okay, ordinance.
Through the chair,
So,
city attorney has that language.
oh,
Thank
thank you.
you.
I'm pulling it up. I'm a little
Thank you.
slow.
I'm sorry, Madam Clerk.
No, it's okay. It just took me a minute to get it up. Thank
All right,
you.
am I on now?
Yes.
It's all about teamwork, right?
That's
Teamwork.
right. That's right. So as Section 4.5 of the city charter provides for filling vacancies in elective office, and it provides as follows. If a vacancy occurs in any elective office, then the council, by a majority vote of its members-elect, shall fill such vacancy within 45 days, except as otherwise provided by this charter for the unexpired term of such office.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So, can we get a motion for the second reading and final adoption, please?
Madam Chair,
Ms. Roscoe.
I'll make a motion for the second reading and final adoption of Chapter 2, Article 2, adding sections 2-19 to 2-26 to the Romulus Code of Ordinances for the council vacancy procedure ordinance.
Support.
Thank you. It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, seconded by Mr. Jones for the second reading and final adoption to Chapter 2, Article 2, adding Section 2.19 to 2-26 to the Romulus Code of Ordinance Council Vacancy Procedure Ordinance. Any discussion?
Madam Chair?
Okay. yeah,
Ms.
vote.
Abdo, go ahead.
Okay, the one reason I cannot support this is Section 2.26D, tie scores. In the event two or more applicants receive the highest score and total score, the names of the tied applicants shall be placed in a drawing. What does that say about us? That we can't come together as a as a body to come forward, and we're just going to put names in a hat and draw one out? I think that says it's embarrassing. Our job as a council is to come together and work together to get that, and I cannot approve this. I don't want to draw a name out of a hat and say, oh, you're the lucky winner. We need to come together and work at it. If there's a tie score, we need to go back and go through it again.
Okay, thank you for your input. Did you have any other discussion?
No, I just think that's embarrassing.
Okay,
to
thank
even
you.
have it in there.
Thank you. Mr. Wilhite?
I'd like to address that. The last meeting, I made a amendment to cover just that reason, and it was voted down. So I had an option that we could have looked at and worked together and had it put together, but that was voted down, and whatever. The document itself is a good document, and we don't have anything in writing right now to cover us in case something like this happens. And we've heard numerous times that the people say, you know, the people voted. Well, this document is to take care of every angle. And at this time, this last election, there was 14 people running for council. But it says in the charter that we are supposed to replace any elected official. So the clerk and the treasurer were running unopposed. With going to the next in line, we still don't have anything. This document right here, it's got some, it lays it out, and it doesn't eliminate anybody that ran for an elected office to not reapply and have an opportunity. I think that it just doesn't close the doors on us, and I'm for this.
Thank you, Mr. Wilhite. Any, Ms.?
Thank you, through the chair. I just want to just let council know when you, for this language here, which is even in our charter, you know, by lot, this is also part of Michigan election law.
Okay.
I believe it's CO 168.851, where there's a tie vote, determination of election by lot, procedure, drawing for state legislator. So just one part, it says the slips shall be placed in a box, and at the time and place appointed for the drawing of the lots, each of the persons aforesaid may draw one of the slips from the box, and any person drawing a slip on which is written the word elected shall be deemed legally elected to the office in question. So this is part of election law. And when you look at our language that's in our city charter, it's sort of indicative of that. And if I'm wrong, I'll let the city attorney let me know. But I did pull this up, and it was interesting because this came up, and I'm like, oh, well, this is how they do it. It's written, you know,
Right.
here, election law, so just want to point that out to you.
No, thank you for that.
It's not something we're making up.
Yeah,
Just put it
no,
that
thank
way.
you. Thank you for that. And just like even Councilman Will has said, we need to have something in place. The charter dictates for us to do some work. And I just think the people who did work to try to pull this document together to lay some type of foundation. I mean, if something, we have to look at it down the line, that's fine. I remember we went through the honorary street signing. Same thing, we started out with a framework, and then it had evolved this stuff over time. So we got to start somewhere and do some work. And thank you for everybody who put their work and comments into this document to give us a foundation to start with. So we have a framework. So any other discussion before we run the
Yeah,
vote?
through the chair, just also the clerk is correct with it being part of election law. And to comment on Councilperson Abdo's comments on this, there has to be some sort of mechanism to break a tiebreaker. The perils of having a potential ongoing 3-3 tie in a legislative body, which could last years, 2 years, 3 years, depending on when it could be, is just too perilous for a community to deal with without having a way to do it. And I think if you're drawing from a lot on two potential candidates that really are both qualified, that it's probably, the best or the best, it's up to opinion, but it's a way to resolve it. And again, you can, poll other communities that have had situations where there's a majority of council vote, because this is not uncommon in charters in Michigan. The perils of an ongoing 3-3, it brings everything to a halt and prohibits the city and/or the legislative body of the city from moving forward on the things they want to do.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, may I say one more
Mr.
thing?
Wilhite.
And if you read this document, it is written that the chances of two people tying and going through all of the aspects, the interview process, the chances of two people tying and coming up with the exact same number are so remote. that I don't think that it'll ever be addressed, but this document was put together for a reason, so thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wilhite. Any other discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhite?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
No.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council.
Thank you.
The last action item is just for your information. This is 6E, and this is the 2025 Planning Commission year-end report. And with that, that concludes the clerk's report.
Thank you.
Takes us to number 7, the treasurer's report.
Good evening and thank you to council, mayor, chief of staff, clerk, deputy clerk, and listening audience. I have a few things on my, under my report here. I'd like to remind everybody that there's a holiday on February 16th, so city offices will be closed, which leads into property taxes are due on February 17th, normally on the 14th, but due to the holiday and it falling on a weekend, they are due on the 17th. Of course, if you have any questions, you can call my office. And then also, Vanessa mentioned the dog days where you can get the cat and dog shots. And I just wanted to remind everyone that if you do plan on attending there, they only accept cash. People show up and they bring the credit card and they only accept cash there. So if you do plan on going, please make sure you have your cash. And that should be it. Thank you for your time and for approving the study session as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 8 is public comment, and this is the portion of the agenda for those of you who are in the audience and who would like to address the city council. The rules to address city council can be found on the back of the agenda. To address city council, raise your hand, and after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium. You may state your name. Members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time will be upon the consent of the chairperson. Also, further note that any comments, questions that you may have, please note that those responses will be under agenda number 9, unfinished business. So sometimes you come to the podium and you want someone to answer you right away, but just note the responses or, will be under agenda item number 9, unfinished business. Madam Chair and Council, I do have one written request, and this is Mr. Mohammed Atis. I'm going to mess it up, so I apologize. So you can come up and you'll have to state your name because I had it wrong.
Graduation was the worst for me.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mohammed Al-Tihabawi. I am a commercial real estate expert in Michigan. I work with Lee & Associates. My father, he's a longtime resident and investor in the city of Romulus. So we love the city of Romulus. We truly do. The city of Romulus means the city of the home of opportunity, and that's what we know it to be. Coming across social media platforms and the news, we hear that there's this detention center that's being brought up to the city of Romulus, and we're here basically. We're not telling you guys to stop it, but from my point of view and my client's point of view, in the past year or so, I'd say I've been engaging more companies to bring their jobs here to the city of Romulus, more opportunities to the city, more better uses for say. And what we're seeing in the inventory aspect is very, very small opportunities for warehouse sales in the city of Romulus and surrounding areas. Not much inventory. With the cost of construction up to like $200 a square foot, it has become almost impossible to go on ahead and build a new building and do business. So we feel like every warehouse used for detention is one less site available for creating jobs. Creating jobs is creating more opportunities for the people, having the money being circulated within the community instead of having a federal organization coming, taking over. You know, they make their own decisions, they make their own contracts, they have their own things going on within us. So I'm not a resident of Romulus, but I work in Romulus, and I love the city of Romulus, and I feel like this opportunity is not going to be very good for us, because it's going to just, in 10 or 20 years down the line, it's going to just, I don't think it's going to be a very good image, especially with the reputation that we have as being the home of opportunity. Another thing is, I wanted to mention, businesses, is about branding. Every city has their own brand. Romulus has a beautiful brand that is industrial, and we feel like we should be be more welcoming to industrial partners rather than giving it to the helms of a federal organization where I feel like they can go 20, 30 minutes down the road on 94 and find somewhere more suitable for their opportunities. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other from the audience? Ms. Kraut?
There's a new Schedule 1A for seniors for the new credit that's allowed for Social Security deduction. And the IRS doesn't have the printed forms ready yet, but you can go to the library and they will print you off a copy. And so I just want to let you know that that's another thing that the library does for us that's very helpful.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Ms. Diane?
How you doing?
Hello.
A little cold today, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just wanted to thank the mayor's office here and what's that guy's name again in the building? Yeah, he contacted my apartment complex to fix a step. It's too high. There's nothing to grab onto, and with this weather and the ice, it's kind of slippery, and I fall on carpet that's fine, smooth. So the apartment complex has not done anything yet, but he has contacted me, and he's going to contact me again to see if it's done. It is not, but I just wanted to thank you guys for helping me, and I really feel like there's a lot of support in the city. I can go to, Ms. Craig or any of you on the council and with a concern, and I get a really good response. And so I just wanted to let you know that, and that you guys, thank you for keeping on it, and hopefully we'll get that taken care of and I don't fall and break something. That would be really awesome.
Thanks, Ms. Diane. Any other comments from the audience? If not, I'm going to close that out.
Thank you. Number 9 is unfinished business.
Mayor, if you could, just kind of sum, if you don't mind, because our mayor did address, regarding the ICE facilities, but he's going to do a quick synopsis, real quick. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to be very careful what we say because we know we are in uncharted waters. But I think I speak for all of us up here when I say this is not something we want to see in our community.
Yeah.
The problem I have is in my job and in my career in the city of Romulus, we usually have authority over who occupies, that they follow our zoning ordinance and requirements. We don't have a lot of authority on this one. That's why we're working on all of our outside channels to see what options the city of Romulus has. This is not something we want to see come here because we worry about public safety. First and foremost, we worry about this community and our residents. We worry about the drain on public safety that it would tax us. And if it's a federal use, it wouldn't be on our tax rolls either. So, no, this is not a good use of a warehouse in our community. I'm continuing to oppose it. And if you've followed social media, you've seen that I'm taking a beating that on both sides of the coin here. But like I said, I think we're all on the same page that we are pro-Romulus. And that's what we're looking out for here. But our authority or our jurisdiction is very limited on this. We're going to continue to work with the legal counsel, our federal representatives, our state representatives, to find out what options we do have. Yeah, we are building warehouses here. We are building factories, and I want to see jobs in there, and I want to see tax base. To have something in here that wouldn't produce either would not be a benefit to us. And there's a lot of reasons we go on about it. But like I said, I want to be very guarded in what I'm saying, but it's already been out there in our statement that we aren't supportive. We have not been officially approached by any source to open this up here. We're investigating laws and regulations that they have to follow, And there's always a preemption in that law that says unless the federal government deems it an emergency or crisis. So we know they have a trump card that would limit our authority, but we're going to look into everything that we can and do what we can do to inhibit this and let them know that this is not something we support.
Thank you, Mayor, appreciate that.
Thank you.
And Ms. Diane, just as a heads up, you got a good guy on the case, Jeff Kemp. I had a resident call me about an issue at a different place, apartment complex, and let me say, the situation was rectified. Jeff is on the case, so give him time to do his deal, and I'm sure you'll come away with a very satisfied response, so just as a heads up. So thank you for coming out. And that's all. Anything else on unfinished business? We're moving on.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Number 10 is new business. All right, if none. Number 11 for approval is warrant 26-03.
Through the chair, I'd like to make a motion, we pay warrant 26-03 in the following amounts. General Fund, $581,708.07. Major Street Fund, $73,889.04. Local Street Fund, $14,065.08. Public Safety Fund, $21,339.23. Cable TV, $2,197.26. Community Employee Activity Fund, $70.47. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $18. Tax Increment Finance Authority, $94,894.54. Downtown Development Authority, $2,029.28. Michigan Indigent Defense Fund, $10,679.51. 911 Service Fund, $1,020. Law Enforcement Federal, $14,817. Library Fund, $9,341.67. Water and Sewer Fund, $591,384.47. Motor Vehicle, $36,587.96. Technology Services, $7,141.63. Retiree Insurance Benefits, $434.17. Revolving Fund, $1,982. Current tax, $199.65. Impress Payroll Fund, $266.60. Totaling all funds, $1,464,065.63.
Who got that second?
Second that motion.
Thank you. It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, seconded by Ms. Roscoe to pay the approval of warrant number 26-03 for checks presented in the amount of $1,464,065.63. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Wilhite?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Number 12 is communication.
Any communication? I'm gonna say, did you have something?
Yes, I
Go
do
ahead.
have something. I just wanted to, through the chair. This Thursday starts the budget review, and I'd like to encourage everyone up here to look at the schedule and attend some or all of them. After looking through some of this stuff, I feel the more information that we have as a group, the better decisions we'll make in the future. So I'd like to see, I plan on being there, so I'd like to see some people show up. Thank you.
I concur with you. I'll be there with you. Just as a heads up, I'm always there every year, so I love it. It's just great information and just kind of puts those pieces together, so. And then I forgot, fresh off the press, the Romulus Community Connection, check your mail's probably been there, but fresh off the press, check it out. And that's all I have.
Through the chair.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Don't forget our second annual Dodgeball Showdown is at Romulus High School next Monday. So it was a great event. They started it last year.
Yeah.
I think we should continue to build on it. But to see our police department, our fire department, elected officials out there, even if you weren't participating or in ducking and dodging and dipping, just the kids to see that community
Yeah.
support. The kids really enjoyed it. What a great event. Faculty and staff against administrators, against PD. Yeah, if you want to come out there and see me get, zipped with the ball, come on out. And it's a good time and a great event, but to really watch those kids see the community
Yeah.
support, and that's what it's all about. They're raising money, I think, for the 7th and 8th grade trip. I think they're raising money for this year, so support the kids, support our Eagles, and come out there and see everybody pull a hamstring.
Thank you, Mayor.
Is there any more communication?
That's it.
If not, number 13 is adjournment, and the time is 8:35.
So moved.
Support.
Then motion by Mr. Jones, seconded by Ms. Abdo for the adjournment of this meeting. Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Mr. Wilhite.
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Mr. Bullock.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we are adjourned.